Hello and welcome back to Morgan's lazy Sunday afternoon live stream. I don't know what time of day it is for you. I don't know what day of the week it is for you, but thank you for joining us. Today I have Bex with us. Did you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone.
So today I'm going to be working on editing my middle grade story. I am hoping to finish editing this thing that I have managed 30 pages in like 4 months by the end of the month, because why not? I'm hoping to enter Pitch Wars. For those of you who don't know, Pitch Wars is a mentorship opportunity where recently published writers offer to mentor up and comers, and you query them just like you were querying an agent, but they can only pick one, unlike a real agent who can have multiple manuscripts. So it's highly competitive. I've been involved in the community for 5 years and have never made it to round 2. But after they help you revise your manuscript, there is a literary agent showcase where prominent literary agents are invited, and sometimes there are bidding wars on some of the pieces, and others are just left with the new and improved manuscript. But in any case, it's a great community, even if you don't get selected. And that's what I'm going to be working on today, is my middle grade school play story in a world where what you read changes the world around you, at least temporarily. What are you working on, Bex?
Let me introduce myself real quick to those who don't know me. My name's Becky Sowles. Y'all may know me as Bex, the Novel Nana. That's my YouTube channel name. I'm on AuthorTube. I write poetry. I write thriller suspense books. Sometimes I dabble in other genres as well. Currently, I am working on revisions for my book 1, Shattered Doll, in my Papa's Playthings adult psychological thriller series. I'm a creative weirdo and a Nana. You guys can find me out there on Twitter at Nana_novel and also around in the writing community. So today I'm working on revisions.
Oh, nice. So which story are you working on?
I'm going to be working on book 1 of the series. I'm trying to go back and add a dual point of view that was not in the series. So it's changing a lot of the scenes. But it seemed just like the better way to go, because in my particular story, my main character throughout the series, she's either dead or alive. So it's like a time travel type book.
Okay.
In the beginning of the book, my MC is telling the story, but she's a ghost. She's already dead. So when she enters the time travel aspect of it, she goes back in time, and we are literally watching her watch herself. So, it's a little strange. I had a lot of issues with the POV because it was hard, because the MC is dead, but her perspective is in present tense, while the alive version of her is in past tense. So it's very convoluted.
I always find it really fascinating, and it can be done really well to have the different perspectives and point of views at the same for different characters and different points of view, literally points of view. So I think that way you can just tell from the tense which her you're listening to.
Right. It's harder to do a dual POV when it literally is the same character. It's just 4 years apart. So it's the before her death and then after.
Does her personality change?
Yes.
Okay, I can see that. Okay, so let's see who we have here. Sarah said first, hello and welcome. We have Jenny, hello. Devin made it, howdy.
Maya, hello.
We have MM Ward, says hello all, and then stocked up on tea and popcorn.
Love that.
We have Andrija, going to be hanging out while doing some editing. We have Maya. I'm sorry. You're doing double duty in the comments as well. Lizzie Lakes was invited by Devin. So hello and welcome. It's great to have you. And Devin says, hello, Dr. or hi, Dr. Lizzie. And Lizzie is going to be finishing her book today. Oh my goodness, that's
Yes,
awesome.
awesome.
Like, seriously, finishing a book is the best feeling in the world. That's awesome. Okay.
If I knew how to do a clap emoji, honey, I'd be clapping for you.
Right. Agrees how exciting and is hoping it's going to happen during the stream. That would be super exciting. I'm very, very hopeful for you. Definitely. So, Kelly Johnson says hello, and everybody's cheering for Lizzie. Oh, okay, Maya. Excellent. Okay. I will try my best to remember. It's a beautiful name. I love it. Love it. So thank you for that. So yeah, it's Sunday. It's 5 after. Do we want to get started? See if we can get Lizzie her finished novel?
Yes, let's dive in.
Okay. Let's in 3, 2, 1, let's sprint.
Uh-oh.
And we're back. Hello. Oh, so let's see. What did I do? I got a page and a half, almost 2 pages done. So I'm okay with that. How did you do?
I got 3 paragraphs edited and revised.
Nice, nice, quite respectable. So I'm bouncing back in the chat. People were very chatty during that sprint. Let's see. So let's see. I think where we left off is I was saying that endings are hard. And MM said, yay, sprinting. Lizzie said she doesn't like wrapping things up. She wants to ramble forever and ever. Totally agree. There's a reason my first YA was 130,000 words. And eventually I finished one plot point and then just like mic dropped the pen and called it done. And eventually had to fix that nonsense. Do you like endings, Bex?
The weird thing is I write backwards. So I write the endings first. So I love the endings.
You do thriller.
It's the beginnings that I hate.
I hear that. It's hard to find the right spot to begin. It really, really is. Next up, Devin said that I hit 300 subscribers.
Woo-hoo.
I knew I was 3 away, but super exciting.
That is
like
awesome.
During this sprint. I'm so excited. I was going to do something when I hit 300, but I don't know what I should do. My middle grade novel does have a song I wrote in it I could sing for you if you want to be subjected to my inability to find a key. Okay, maybe I'll do that. Let's see. Devin said, congratulations. I said, wow, thanks. Oh, right. Hey, you said you got to be here when it happened and reminded people to hit that like button. So let's see. Oh, Doc joined us. He missed out the first 5 minutes due to grocery delivery, but always good to have groceries. I blamed you and Devin for me hitting 300, and I'm very appreciative. Let's see. MM Ward says they are so excited for your novel, Bex. They already ordered tissues.
Oh, yay.
So let's see. People are saying hi to each other. Devin says, I got 300 subs because I'm awesome, to which I said, I live streamed a mic check earlier this week, so I don't know how skilled that makes me.
Morgan, are you going to do a Q&A for your 300 subscriber video?
I can, if anybody actually has questions. I've tried a Q&A before, but I don't think anybody knew who I was or had any interest. So
try it again.
Sure. I definitely will.
Everybody give your questions to her. Follow her on Twitter or all of her links. Give her some good questions.
Sure. I'll toss that out there. Sarah had the issue where YouTube sometimes doesn't actually start the video if you've been sitting there for a while. So she refreshed and now she's here. Let's see. People are saying hi. Bex got back to revisions. And then Ward called me out for making the WTF hand gesture they've been making all morning. So I wanted to justify myself. At a line that said the teacher was directing each group to a different section of the room. And then the beta said, what noise? Why does the teacher tell the class to settle down? And then the next paragraph, the beta's like, wait, are the assignments just given based on where they were already sitting? And I'm like, it's right there. It's right there. So let's see. Haley swung by to say hello. So glad you could join us. Oh, let me pop that out there.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to say hi.
Hi. So let's see. Ward said, sometimes I wonder if the beta and I are reading that same book. Sarah is rendering video, which chug, have that computer work hard. Lizzie got 473 words. Oh my gosh, wow. You can see the ending. It's like in your sight.
So close. Yeah, so close.
Jenny is working on character bios for new work in progress. Are you going to start it soon, or is this like NaNoWriMo prep? I'm just curious. So Doc says even starting 5 minutes late, he got 271 words written. And I know he's in his last chapter too. So we got a lot of people coming close to finishing stuff. That's always exciting.
Morgan, I love what Devin says.
Whoop, I missed it.
He said everyone knows and loves Morgan now. So it's time to do that 300 subscriber video, the Q&A.
Aw, okay. I guess I will have to do that then. Maya says they got like 2 paragraphs edited and should win the award for the world's slowest editor. I'm telling you, it took me 4 months to get through 30 pages. So, but if you want the award, I can definitely give it to you. Ward read 11 minutes and read onto an audio recording. Awesome. Haley is exhausted, so is not going to join us, but is always welcome to. So glad you could at least pop in and say hi. Andrija says notes and edit marks on 4 additional pages. Very respectable. Very respectable. CB394 says hi. And Sarah says she wasn't subbed. And doesn't even make sense. That really doesn't, because I hang out with Sarah almost every Friday. So let's see. Ward says they write out of order too. They had the end of the series they're working on since book 2, and this is book 7, not counting all the prequels. Oh my goodness. Are you writing genre fiction? Is that fantasy or sci-fi, or what sort of genre? Because when I hear prequels, I think sci-fi fantasy. Let's see. Kelly says grocery shopping is why he was late. And now we're down to Devin saying everybody loves me. Yay. Doc says he's at 93,703 words out of a targeted 100K. So definitely within spitting distance. You can see the ending, and I know endings are so hard. I rewrote mine completely 3 times before it even came close to being the right shape. Maya says we can share the award for slowest editor. Bex said, so amazing that Doc is getting so close. CB says hi again, or 2 more people. I'm not sure which. Doc Ward goes, woohoo! Just like that. I'm sure that's exactly how Ward sounded. Woohoo! Jenny says, is working on a future project, not for Nano. Likes to have bios set up ahead of time, and current project is being edited. Just don't want to edit today. I feel it. This is my lazy Sunday afternoon write-in, not my let's be as productive as possible write-in. I agree with you, Bex. They are killing it, seriously. People say hi to CB. CB is working on a funny Pepper Tony one-shot. Because, what's the word for shipping those two? Pepperoni? Something like that. So that's fun. Let's see. CV says they think they're going to hit their Millwordy target tonight. Awesome. Except their computer's being a brat, which totally happens.
I hear you on that one.
Yeah. The dawdling writer would like to know how you're doing, Bex.
I'm doing good. I'm slowly but surely working my way through these revisions.
Nice, nice. How far through book 1 are you right now?
Well, the whole series is finished.
Mhm.
I'm just going back and adding in that dual point of view for certain scenes. So I'm having to go through each individual book, one chapter at a time, and add in those layers, kind of
Right.
like foreshadowing a lot of the stuff, giving little hints and breadcrumbs. So, but I've made it through, let's see, the first 4 chapters. Out of the first book, which is 27 chapters. So I'm getting there. It's a long shot, but I'm hoping to get it done.
Nice. That is so, so ambitious. Like, I can't. People who do like more than 3 books in like a swoop are just wow. Wow. That's all I can say. I've got several in draft form. I've got, I think, 4 drafted novels, 1 polished, and 1 I'm working on right now. But to have such a long storyline is really impressive to me. I did enjoy writing my sequel to my first one, but it's a hot mess.
My whole series is a hot mess, I'm telling you. And don't be too impressed because it's been like 12 years in the making. I kept having to shelf it because I get those shiny new ideas for other stories.
Yeah,
And so I would
yeah,
try to hurry and fast draft those and
yeah.
then come back to the others.
Oh, Jenny has to run, so thanks for swinging
Hi,
by. I'm gonna
Jenny.
wait. Let's see. Back in the comments, Sarah edited 2 videos today and rendered another, so is happy at that. CV said, yes, it is pepperoni when you have Pepper and Tony shipping together. The Dawdling writer just finished a rough draft, a flash fic for Orla Hart's AuthorTube audiobook anthology. And now she
Ooh,
gets to edit it.
exciting.
Right. CV is drooling over the computer they want to get next year, especially with the computer issues, I'm sure. Doc says he's got 11 novels in his head besides the book he's writing right now. Are they all in the same universe? Or are you leaving your steampunk gas lamp fantasy world? So, and more people said goodbye, and Doc says he needs more writing time. Me too. Me too. Or I need to stop spending my writing time doing stuff like playing Sudoku.
Morgan, what POV do you write in?
I prefer first person, but I have experimented with third person close.
No, is
Where
that the same as third person deep?
yeah,
Okay,
like
okay,
I am zoomed in so much, I might as well be in first person. I just use he, she, and people's
right.
names instead of and it's clear when I'm switching between points of view because I'll switch, my middle grade is actually written in third person close. But yeah, and it's got I'm head hopping, but per chapter, not per, scene or anything too whiplashy. So
How about
I've
another
read.
sprint?
Go ahead.
I said, how about another sprint?
Okay, let's get through Doc's answers and then we'll get definitely to another sprint. So Doc says 4 are Crackle and Bang. That's the series I've read one of that I know he's working on the sequel to. So he's got 4 more of that and
Wow.
3 YA fantasies in his head. Wow. Lizzie says they feel that they have 20 at the most, 10 planned. Dawdling writer says, ooh, steampunk, nice. His first book is already out called The Perils of Prague. You should definitely check it out if you want a fun steampunk romp adventure. So Doc says 3 more are different steampunk fantasy, and the last one is a superhero sci-fi. Always fun to jump around with different genres. But yeah, let's sprint. We're here to get some work done at least. Let's set that timer. See if I remember how to set a timer. Okay. Was it too loud? Should I have had the music a little softer next time?
I was totally fine with it.
Okay, then I will leave it alone, and we'll go ahead and CB says 975 words till they hit their monthly target, like 11 days early. That's freaking awesome. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share the timer, and we'll get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Hello. Let's see what I missed. How much editing did I get done? Let's see. 1, 2. Almost 3 pages. Nope, 2. 2 pages. What did you get done, Bex?
Oh, stress. I just got a lot of stress done.
Oh.
I had a part I see working on, and I forgot a character's name. So I had to go get my old big huge notebook out and go through and find the chapter where they were mentioned. So I made sure I got it right this time. But yeah, you should see my poor paper. It literally, I don't know if you can see that, but you see all those red marks?
Oh yeah,
like I'm just marking it all up.
And the highlights.
I got like a chapter and a half.
Nice,
I got like a chapter and a half edited, so
okay.
It is what it is.
Not so bad. That's a lot. I haven't gotten through a chapter yet. So okay, let's see. Lizzie hit 80K, and I did a happy dance for her. My
happy dance.
SC's Soul just reached out to her cousin at the moment of her death to beg him to save the female main character. So that's soul rending. Oh. Soul rending. You reassured Ward that you were not crying, just perturbed. And we all agreed that editing is so frustrating. I polled the audience. Do 5th graders say stuff like, "What fresh shit is this?" Yes, no, maybe? When like their friend seems to be dating.
I think 5th graders say a lot of things that their parents probably don't know. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have much cursing in this, but this one seemed appropriate. I don't know. I think so. I think I'm leaving it in. Because their friend is now dating one of their bullies. And they're like, what? So, you said you were having issues. Oh my goodness. Why did I start this dual point of view thing? Send help. I asked if does help look like chocolate or maybe farmer's market port wine, cheese, and crackers? Because if not, I don't know how much help I could be. So Lizzie said that Devin's last line in her book is, "I'll never tell. It'll be our little secret." And I was like, great line. Are y'all co-writing? And she reassured me that Devin is a character. We're not actually talking about Devin in the chat. So
right. I was just going to ask, are they co-writing a book?
That was exactly what I asked. So the dawdling writer said they finished checking the word count for what they wrote longhand on the rough draft, aiming for 1K to edit down, and then wrote 1,748 words. Not very good at being brief. Yeah, that's a lot more to edit down if you wanted less than 1K to begin with. That's a lot of editing. That's pretty hard. Lizzie says that this is officially their worst ending yet, but they're on the epilogue. So, oh, I lost my place. It jumped. Okay, Lizzie said bad things happen, and now everyone is happy for no reason. I think the characters were nicer before the climax. You know, making nicer characters isn't necessarily what you should be aiming for with a book. Sometimes people change for the worst, and that's understandable. Sometimes it's part of your growth as people, you know?
Makes it more interesting.
Right. So Lizzie said she got 484 words, which is a lot. So hello, yes. And fixing the ending, that's what editing's for. Their endings get worse with each book. It's kind of funny. Well, if they're sequels, especially, you've got so many different threads and things you're trying to like wrap up. It makes it harder, I would think. Does it? I mean, you're the one, Bex, you're the one who's written, multiple books in the same series. Do you find you start with the ending though? So CV got 5.
I start with the ending, but I do know that I think each book is its own thing. So you just got to do what works for you. Try different styles and different methods. And, sometimes scenes don't always come in sequential order. So, you just got to put them where they belong. Fix it in editing.
Yeah. Yeah. So CB got 503 words, which is definitely a lot. 500 is awesome. That's me in a really good sprint when I'm writing instead of editing for the rest of my life. Andrea said they got 3 more pages edited/commented on, and this part is the last few chapters of the book. So getting nitpicky, totally understand, rocking it. Doc got 384 words, represent, that's pretty solid. Andrea commented on your red lines and highlights. Oh yeah. CV has an emergency gluten-free New York cheesecake they made 2 weeks ago in the freezer. The first one they sliced up so they could have it for dessert so that Tony wouldn't get suspicious. Oh, is this in the story? Okay. Devin likes Devin's final line in Lizzie's book. Right? We're right there with you. Good writing, you. Laura, hello and welcome. I don't know if I caught that you were here, so we're thrilled that you are. Got 130 words because they had to figure out what they'd written at first. Totally understand that. That happens to me all the time. MM Ward, 262.
Always I.
Nice. Except I don't know how nice and pleasant. Gagging on her own blood as she collapsed to her knees, as she watched the platform on which Daisy stood dropping into a chasm. Dun, dun, dun. Lizzie said in 5th grade,
Dun, dun, dun.
5 years ago, people said all type of fresh. So, Scholastic does not allow any curse words whatsoever.
Ooh, good to know.
Huh. Well, I'll keep that in mind. So Andrew just says, port wine. Love me some port wine cheese, I gotta say. I ate a lot of it and I just brought it home. So Kelly said he's editing Orange Flies. And he thought he'd have it ready for tomorrow's submission, but he'll have to scuttle it. Ooh, well, I'm sure you'll get there. Kelly says 5th graders using profanity depends on their exposure to media and entertainment. Lizzie reassured us that Devin was in fact inspired by Devin. CB has 258 words to go. Not too bad. Devin claims friendship with Lizzie that Lizzie has not yet denounced. Did you want to read your own comment?
Oh, I'm just handwriting my scenes and editing and highlighting things that have to change or need to change. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I hear that. Lizzie says all her books are standalone. Some stories are just hard to end. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So Kelly says he curses when in that mood. Lack of cursing in Scholastic, I believe, is what CB is referring to with. That explains a lot about the Babysitters Club books. Doc says it's always a good idea to have an emergency cheesecake on hand. Legit. Kelly thinks I won't be editing for the rest of my life. Aw. As long as I have many stories in various different, stages of the process, I will always be editing for the rest of my life. Maybe not this story. This story might eventually go on maybe get published, maybe get drawered, but I don't think editing will ever end. CB agrees that Pepper is extremely wise to have that emergency cheesecake. And I totally understand. And Doc says a friend of theirs wrote a YA set in middle school and liked the fact that her characters cursed like real middle school kids. I remember in like 8th grade getting teased for not cursing or wait. I think what it was is the kids in gym class would like stand out with me on the far side of the field and be like, hey, twin, say curse word A. And I would repeat it back to them. And they'd just go through the list and they'd be like, twin is cursing. Don't know why, kids that age. And I would just like repeat the word and about this tone of voice, like totally, yes, I can say words. I don't curse much, but I can say them. So Kelly says he's keeping the story. It's just that he doesn't think a paranormal romance will work for the market that specializes in dark fantasy, or so he's learning. I don't know. I think dark fantasy and paranormal romance overlap as long as you have some. Yeah, no, they. I don't know that they're that different. The audiences definitely overlap. I can tell you that much. So, M. Ward says that emergency ice cream is also a must. Well, I mean, clearly. I've got some Klondike bars. Might need one soon. So, I think I caught up on the comments that came in. So, oh goodness, I think we all need a stretch break if people haven't stretched in like a while. Oh. I'm just gonna. Ooh. Okay. I hope everybody joined me for that lovely stretch break. Let's see. Duck says that there is a market for paranormal romance. Yes, there is a huge market. And that they have an emergency Ben and Jerry's, and CB has a tub of dairy-free ice cream. As do I. Well, no, I think I have the almond bars that are like chocolate coated. So those are TC. So yeah. Kelly says on a parallel Earth, I'm a published author. How about that? That's awesome. And I know that eventually on this world, I will be a published author as well. But that doesn't mean I won't still be editing other things. Oh, Devin says they like my shirt. I feel I should show the entire shirt. I'm done adulting. Let's be dragons. Because I'm raw and fierce. It is known. So.
Kelly, love it.
Kelly says he skipped yoga today. Luckily, we have stretching today, here, now. Oh, goodness.
Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to do.
So, okay. Did you want to chat with me elsewhere while we go ahead and do another sprint?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Is everybody ready to write again? It doesn't matter. By the time you comment, I will have already started. So let's see here. 3, 2, 1, let's sprint. And we're back. Hello. I managed half a page because I read Post Secrets and added the novel Manus info down below to the live stream. So I was a slacker.
I managed to get another scene added, and I went through another chapter and highlighted a bunch of stuff that I need to edit in the next sprint.
You are on a roll. Oh my goodness. So let's see what happened in the comments. Let's see. I think we started the sprint with CB admitting to having been neglecting the clarinet. And Charlie joined us. Hello, Charlie. But CB said, but I'm not sitting grade 2 clarinet till 2022. So, okay. Lizzie says that they think they'll finish their book this time around. Yes, I hope so. I got to hurry up and get through the comments so we can find out if you did. She's at the protag's parents' pre-wedding. Devin asked if he was in the wedding, at the wedding, and Lizzie said Devin wasn't even invited out. Right? Let's see. Everybody else said hi to Charlie. Lizzie said, I finally found out what a groomsman is. I've been calling them best man backups.
That was so cute. Forever. I laughed. That was so cute.
Is this when I explained that there are bridesmaids and then there's the maid or matron of honor, depending if she's married or not? That's on the girls' side. That's what they have instead. Did you want to read your comment?
I just wanted to let everyone know how proud and inspired I am of each and every one of them. I do believe in all of you, and I'm so happy to have such wells of creativity to support and cheer for. I love all of y'all.
You are amazing, and I am so happy to have you here with me today because you are just so supportive and enthusiastic everywhere I see you. You really, really are. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So let's see. Lizzie said, going back to the groomsmen, it's been killing her for years, and she's never even bothered to look up the proper term. I've helped too many friends plan their weddings to have not run into that before. But Andrija says, I will now officially use best men backups from this point forward. It sounds like a band thing, you know, like the backups singing.
It's so great. I love it.
MM Ward says, thank you. And they are rooting for you and your book too. I think we all joined in at laughing at best men backups. Spence joined us. Hello, Spence. Yay. And we all waved and said hello. Woo. And my comments jumped to the end. Spence, hey there. Thank you for coming. Let's see. Sarah says she worked on this video that she wasn't going to work on. Go you. Super productive. Oh my goodness.
On it.
Right? Doc got another 258 words. Lizzie did get 502 words. Yay! Moment of applause. Woo! And now just has to edit rough places. More power to you.
Great job.
Right? Andrija managed 2 pages of edits and comments and made some more notes about another project. And Lizzie's left hand fell asleep. Maybe you need to stretch, move a little wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Let's see. Andrija joined the rest of us in cheering. Laura got 231 words and is hoping to get 3K total tonight because that would get her work in progress to 50K. That would rock. I think.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've hit 3K in one day, maybe 5 times ever, because that's just not how I do. Like if I have 2 hours to write, I get my words in. If I have 8 hours to write, I barely get my words in. They spread out to take up as much time as I have because I have that much focus and skills. So let's see. Charlie set up a playlist on their Discord because procrastination is fun. Legit. Lizzie shared her last line with us. Yes, we are complete. Oh, that's a great ending line. I love it. Devin joined, right? CV got 407 words, which is awesome. Right? Let's see. Kelly got his other issue is that the submission max is 4K and was initially over by 830 words and is currently only over by 500 words. Oh, that's a tight word count, and I wish.
Yeah. Go kill your little darlings. Get rid of some of those words.
Yeah. I find I write long and have to cut, and I usually like it better when it's cut, but it's painful getting there.
I was going to ask you, Morgan, if you were an overwriter or an underwriter.
I'm both.
Depending on what it is.
I pretty much always overwrite, but I focus on plot and internal dialogue, monologue, like what's going on in their head and what they're thinking. And I don't usually care so much about what their eye color is or what they're wearing or if they're on the left side of the room or the right. So I don't have, white box syndrome. They're not like floating out in space, but I don't necessarily pay them as much attention to the details. So I've got too many words about what's happening in their head and not as much about the setting and things like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I'm quite the chatty Cathy over here, and I tend to do that in my writing as well. So I end up having to cut so many words. I think in Nano of last year, I had added a new 50K to the series, a little over 50K, and then ended up having to go back and get rid of another 20,000. So it is what it is.
Yeah. My first YA, I cut 50,000 words.
Wow.
And then it crept back up another 1,000. Well, I didn't finish it. Like I got 50,000 the first Nano I won. And then I kept working on the story until August of the next year. And that's when I'm like, well, I finished a major plot arc. Let's call it a day.
Right.
And then I had to pace it and work it down to something reasonable. So
I think I'm really good at pacing and I'm really good at description, but I'm not so great at, keeping in with the right tense always. I find myself slipping constantly, and that's one of the things I always have to go back and edit and fix. Sometimes when you're really close to your story, you have to let it rest a little bit. So when you come back, you can catch it a lot easier.
Definitely. So popping back over to the comments, Lizzie apologized that Devin was not invited to the wedding. For people who just joined in, Lizzie is writing a story with a character named Devin that is not actually Devin, and the wedding is in the story. So M.M. Ward says they wrote 311 and shared a line. Daisy fought the bitterly dark, cold water as it tried to pull her under. Clawing her way onto a rock outcropping, her tried to escape the current as a falling stone struck her in the head. Oh my, I hope she doesn't bleed out or drown. Yeesh.
Great sentence.
Yeah. CB shared, Tony ate a hot dog, completely forgetting they contain wheat, and he's had a bad reaction and been rushed to the hospital.
Oh no.
That's a severe wheat allergy. I know a lot of friends with wheat allergies, but it's more stomach and like mental fog than like allergy swelling or anything like that. Andrija needs to get dinner warming and said goodbye, so I'm going to wave. You probably wandered off 5 minutes ago. Sorry about that. Spence says they're just laying in bed right now, chillaxing. Well, this is the lazy Sunday afternoon sprint. So, and then Ward cheered for Lizzie finishing. Lots of cheers. MM Ward got 394 and said, poor guy. And empathized that allergy struggles are real, yo. Laura says she only hit 3K a day once, so is hoping, but it's only 11 p.m. and they're night owly, so there's enough time. That's awesome. CB is legit allergic to orange because allergies suck. And they really do. So I'm sorry about that. And I hope you didn't have to find out too hard of a way. So that's really frustrating. Doc says he knows the pain of editing a story down to a submission maximum. Solidarity, Kelly. CV says their total for Milwordy is 83,449 words. Sorry.
Wow.
I have 0 issues, so I have to mentally pause and put in commas to say large numbers. But that is awesome. That's wow. You are already past your monthly goal and better than I've ever done in a month and rocking it. So MM Ward says that they are allergic to MSG and torula yeast extract, soy, and synthetic vitamin D. Ooh,
oh my goodness.
That's a really frustrating mix. CB says they're also really allergic to nickel. Eep.
Me too.
Skin blisters. Oh my goodness. Lizzie is celebrating with a shower and then gonna work on them edits. Wow, right away? You must have a deadline. But yay. Still very exciting.
Good job,
CB
Lizzie.
If they touch anything. Spence says they're a huge underwriter and they're trying to build that into their method so they can actually do something. So, woo, it jumped again. We all thanked Lizzie for coming, and Lizzie says this was so much fun. I hope so. CV CV says, which is why I had to be super sure that my clarinet doesn't contain nickel. It's silver plated. Ooh, that's pretty though.
I feel you there. I'm allergic to nickel as well.
Little pricier, I'm sure. Let's see. Everybody says, thank you. Thank you. You said you could share the last sentence you edited. CV says orange means migraines. Ugh. Charlie is at 77,819 words for Milwordy. Thank you for putting in
the That's amazing, Charlie.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's super respectable, impressive, all those things. CV says they have 0 issues too, but usually put the comments in, but forgot. Yeah, I'm just really bad at big numbers. Like when someone says million, I have to like mentally say, okay, there's 2 commas in there. Wait, 3 commas? Yeah. So that's how big numbers go for me. And so I verbally say the wrong scale all the time. It's a problem.
Same.
Yeah. So MM Ward said hello to Charlie, and they said hello back and forth. And CB's mom is allergic to nickel too. And now we're caught up on the comments. So Charlie says that 77,000 words is not impressive and awesome and something to be proud of because they have no life and just mint words, so they have something to do.
Wow.
I mean,
I don't know how to feel about that.
I think there are a lot of other things you could be doing, like, playing Sudoku 3 hours a day. So definitely it's take pride in the fact that you've got those words out. You deserve it. You definitely deserve it. So, Oh, well, we have 9 minutes left. Do we do a 5-minute sprint? Do we do a 10-minute sprint and then run a little over for goodbyes? Or do we just want to wrap it a little early?
I could share my sentence.
Yes, yes, please share your sentence.
Okay. It says, he's in the other room downing the last of his whiskey. He's pouring in the liquid demon that will come through the door any minute to devour her.
Oh, wow. Are we talking metaphysically or like?
This is the ghost version. She has traveled back in time to stop this from happening, only she doesn't know how. So
Right.
she's literally, she knows what's fixing to happen to her other self. And so she knows that this person is in the other room who is going to come in and is going to do this if she doesn't stop it. So,
Okay. So in your world, is it everything that's already happened has already happened and that's why it happens, or is it something you can change?
she doesn't realize that she cannot change it. She's still kind of learning the rules of the afterlife.
Yeah.
But because she split because of this event, her mind split. And it's back in 1977. So back then it was called, I think, multiple personality. And then, today it's DID. But back then, that's what caused her traumatic event. So she split. But in the afterlife, there are rules. And she didn't stick around long enough in orientation. She just jumped right into the tunnels to go back and forth in time, not hearing the rules because she wanted to stop that from happening to herself, but she can't.
Right.
It's already happened.
Yeah. 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 It's always interesting to find out what the rules are, and it's always so tragic when trying to stop the thing from happening is what caused it to happen in the first place.
Yes.
So
the rules will be explained throughout the book, but it's only going to be revealed to the reader as she learns the rules,
Gotcha. So spoiler warning.
Right.
So Doc says he has underwritten and overridden, and the more he writes, the better he gets at fitting the story to the target. So that's awesome. Charlie wanted to say that they are proud and just wanted to make clear that this is just about all they do.
We're
Ward,
proud of you.
Yes, definitely. Ward is good. My reading videos done. So now getting to sprint. And was happy for you to share your line. Charlie says, Bex, that is amazing, and they want to read it.
Well, thank you.
And Award says, the moment is so traumatic, which I can definitely
see. It truly is.
Yeah. So let's go. Oh, Ward says, the time travel rules of it will happen because it did happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and Doc says, for that YA fantasy stuff, I think he said he had plotted out. He has a whole trilogy planned based around rules of magic and a character finding out just how accurate those rules are.
Ooh.
Right. Charlie says, there are times, Ward, when I feel like life is trauma and all we can do is triage. The world is a beautiful mess. Let's all dance in the fire.
Wow, how poetic.
Yeah, definitely. So Doc says that's his plan for the steampunk fantasy, not the YA fantasy. So rules of magic and steampunk. Okay. Doesn't that make it Gaslamp technically?
Loving the mashups of the genres. Loving it.
Definitely. I am here for the mashups. So, did you want to go ahead and tell people where to find you and everything?
Sure. It's linked below. Thanks to Morgan. Thank you.
You may need to refresh to see it though.
Okay. Well, you can find me on AuthorTube, YouTube, The Novel Nana. Facebook, it's Bex the Novel Nana or Becky Sowles. And Twitter, it's backwards. So it's Nana_novel.
Okay. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I am an unpublished fantasy writer, blogger, vlogger, as of last month, a podcaster, and I will actually be at Imaginarium convention next week. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be on a panel about submissions, about finding agents and publishers is a tricky process. And this is how to do it. At Friday at 4 p.m., I will be on a panel about NaNoWriMo, what it is, and why it's good for a lot of us. And Saturday at 11 a.m., all bloggers welcome will be talking about where to start and why you might want to. So that's what I'm up to this week. Oh my goodness. I don't even know.
And you're going to be making that 300 subscriber Q&A video, right?
Right. And I have a 300 subscriber Q&A. So thank you all for tuning in and hitting that lovely subscribe and like button and sharing me with your friends and family and things and stuff. So thank you all for
Thanks
coming.
for having me, Morgan.
Definitely. And I hope to see everybody again next week. So
Bye.
have a good weekend. Bye-bye.